Are you tired of telling every single business opportunity that comes your way, I'd love to, but I can't afford it? Because I get it. If you're looking for something better, more freedom, more income, but every single time that something promising comes up, your first thought is, I just don't have the money right now. What if that's not the full story? What if the real thing that is holding you back is fear, disguised as being practical? Because in this video today, I'm going to show you what's really going on beneath that hesitation and how to move forward, even if you're scared. And if you've never met me before, my name's Carrie. I coach women how to launch a moving box rental business in their hometown. Here's how it works if you've never heard of this before. Instead of flimsy cardboard boxes, people in your area will rent sturdy, reusable plastic totes from you to make their move so much easier. So you're going to be dropping them off, they're going to be doing the packing, they're going to do the moving and the unpacking, and then you just pick them up when they're done. It's clean, it's eco-friendly, and very low overhead type of business with reoccurring income. Most of my students run this part-time, some do it full-time, they do it in their own neighborhoods, they grow it at their own pace. So if you're thinking, this sounds really smart, this sounds like something I could totally do, keep watching, all right? Because we need to talk about something that's stopping a lot of very smart women from ever getting started. I have now coached over 60 women to launch their own moving box rental businesses. Most of them have never done anything like this before, but almost all of them shared at least one thing in common. They were all afraid of failing. They weren't afraid of hard work. They weren't afraid to learn something new. That's not what it was. They were afraid of trying and still not getting results. They were afraid of trying and still not getting results, of wasting time, of looking foolish, of investing money and not seeing it come back. Does this sound familiar to you? Because I want to break this down together because fear is costing you so much more than you even realize. The first point I'm going to make, I got three. The first point I'm going to make is it's not the price, it's the fear. So if you tell yourself, I can't afford it, it's the most common phrase I hear from ladies. But here's the thing, guys. We find money for what we trust. We save up. We shift things around. We make it work when we believe that the outcome is worth it. So when someone tells me, ooh, this is too expensive, what they actually mean is, I don't believe in myself enough to make this work. That is not about the money. That is about self-trust. And that is what we need to rebuild because when you start trusting yourself, you stop playing small. And I'd love for you to be honest for just a second. What is something that you passed up on because of the price? But deep down, it was fear talking. Drop it in the comments. I want to know what it was. I read all the comments, I respond to all the comments, so let me know. Second point I'm going to make is that fear costs way more than failure. Let's be real. Everybody is afraid to fail, right? I was too. When I first started my moving box business back in 2020, I hovered over that checkout button to buy my totes for days before finally buying my first set of inventory. And even with 14 years at this point in the rental industry, I was still terrified. But what have I learned? I learned that fear is going to cost you way more than failure ever will. Fear is what keeps you in the same job, with the same paycheck, with the same annoying coworkers for like 10 years, right? Fear is going to keep you there. Fear is what has you watching videos like this on repeat, instead of going out there, taking chances, and living your dream. Failure is kind of like a teacher. It's kind of like a trap, right? So I want you to ask yourself, what has fear cost you in the last 12 months? Is it time? Is it energy? Is it confidence? Is it sleep? Comment with one word below, time, money, energy, opportunities, whatever fits. Let me know what you guys are thinking. And I'm going to move on to my third and final point is that you don't need to know everything. You just need a roadmap. Let me explain that one, okay? So most women I talk to are not afraid of the business. They're afraid of doing it alone. They're afraid of wasting time, of not knowing what step to take first. And so that's why I created a very thorough program that will walk you through it all, step by step by step. And it's not just like a little video course, that, you just watch videos and off you go. No, 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 no. There's so much support. There's real coaching involved, like 6 coaching calls between the two of us, private ones, whole bunch of weekly group coaching for 6 months. You're very, very well looked after. There's templates, there's tech tutorials, there's weekly support. I don't expect you to have it all figured out because that's my job, right? I guide you. That's my job. And this is why so many of my students, they go from zero to launched in just a few months, even if they were terrified to start. So let me know in the comments, guys. Would you rather figure things out solo, or would you rather follow a proven plan with a whole bunch of support? Go ahead, type it in, solo or type roadmap. I already know the answer. I just want you to type it anyway. So here is what I want you to take from this. I can't afford it is often fear in disguise. The second point I was talking about was that fear will cost you more than trying ever will. And then the last point I made was that you don't need to be fearless. You just need a plan, girl. And that's exactly what I offer. So if you are curious whether this business would actually work in your area, because it's not going to work everywhere, right? Or if you just want to talk it through with someone who truly gets this business, I invite you to book a free strategy call with either myself or my partner. And we're going to cover 3 things on the call. Whether there's demand where you live, you're looking at about a 1 hour delivery bubble around you. That's kind of what we're looking at. So we're going to check the demand for you. We're going to look at what your lifestyle could look like with this business and what the program includes and how it works. And I guess one more thing we'll do is we'll talk about how you can launch with clarity, not just guessing. So click on the link in the description to grab your spot. Okay, I invite you to do that. If you are a dude watching this, just forward this video onto a woman you love, like your wife, your sister, your girlfriend, your mom, because this program is built for women and it works. And I only coach women, so there's that too. But if this video gave you the clarity, hit that like button because it absolutely helps more women find it. And if you want more strategies like this, plus you want to hear from some real stories from women who've launched their own businesses, make sure to subscribe, turn on those notification bells because I do drop new videos every single week. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be ready to take that first step. So let's build something together and that will give you freedom, stability, peace of mind, because I am cheering for you. So check out the description below and let's take the first step to overcome that fear.